This is part 2 of section 1.1, representing rational numbers on the number line. So in your notes, start on a brand new space, and we are going to start on page 9, if you can open up there. We're going to start with the section that says express integers and fractions in m over n form. So first we need to define a rational number. Any rational number can be written in the m over n form, just like we're learning in this section. So in this form, m and n must both be rational numbers. They must both be integers. And n on the bottom cannot equal 0. If you had a number over 0, that would be an undefined number and it would not be rational. So any rational number has an integer as both the top and the bottom number. Let's try an example. If you see 1 and 1/2 equals 3/2, you would say that this is a rational number. 1 and 1/2 is a rational number. If you see 3, it's not written in this form m over n, so you can equate it to 3 over 1. And any whole number you can put in the numerator and you can put the 1 in the denominator. And as you can see, this isn't 0, they're both integers, therefore this is also a rational number. Now, example number 2 on page 10. We're going to start with writing each of these 4 numbers in the mn form where m and n are both integers. So let's start with A, 23. 23 you're going to move into the numerator, and you'll put 1 in the denominator, just like we did with the number 3 above. For B, we have negative 45, and you can do the same thing as you do for a positive number. You can move the negative number up to the numerator and put 1 in the denominator. Now let's try C. It's a mixed fraction, a mixed number. So we're going to want to put this in an m over n form. So first let's convert 11 to a fraction. To make 11 a fraction that is over 9, we take 11 times 9 and we put that over 9. And that equals 99 over 9. We are going to add that to our 7 over 9. And that is equal to 106 over 9. And this is also a rational number. Let's try D. D is negative 16 over 21. So you're going to write the negative integer in either the numerator or the denominator instead of right before it. So we could write this as negative 16 over 21, or we could write it as negative 21 over 16. And that is example 2. Go ahead and pause the video and do guided practice problems 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, once you've done guided practice problems, we're going to start the next section, which is expressing decimals in m over n form. You've learned how to express decimals as fractions. Decimals also have their negative counterparts on the number line, so you can write decimals in the MN form. And for these, we're just going to show you an example to teach it. And this is example number 3. Part A is 0.4. We know that 0.4 is 4/10 because it's in the tenths place, so we can write it as 4/10. And if we simplify by dividing the 4 by 2 and the 10 by 2, we get 2/5, and that's our answer. For B, we're going to start with negative 0.186, and the sixth is in the thousandths place, so we need to put this as 186/1000. You can further simplify this into negative 93/1000. Let's move on to C. We have 30.5. To convert this into a fraction, we must first put it into a mixed fraction, and then we can put it into a fraction. So 0.5 we know is 1/2, so we have 30 and 1/2. And to put this into a whole fraction, we can take 30 times 2/2, which equals 60/2, plus 1/2 equals 61/2. So 61/2 is our fraction. Let's do D, the final one. We have negative 1.48. Convert it first to a mixed fraction. Negative 1, and we have 48 hundredths because it's in the hundredth place. So 48/100. And then let's convert it into a whole fraction. We have 1 times 100 over 100 equals 100/100, plus 48/100 equals 148/100. This can be simplified if you divide the top and the bottom to give you negative 37/25. And we can't forget our negatives along the way. So that is example number 3. Go ahead and pause the video and try guided practice problems 7, 8, 9, and 10. Moving on, I have a new sheet of paper. We are going to locate rational numbers on the number line. We just learned what rational numbers are. They are something that can be written in the form as m/n as long as n does not equal to 0. So now we're going to learn to locate them on the number line. Example number 4 in your book says to locate the rational numbers 3/5 and negative 2.4 on the number line. First, let's find the integers that the rational number lies between 0 and 1. We already talked about how if the top number is smaller than the bottom number, we know it lies between 0 and 1. So let's find where 2.4 goes. Negative 2.4. It is between negative 2 and negative 3. So we know we need to draw a number line that goes from negative 3 at least to 1. Okay, let's start with 3/5. We're going to go ahead and draw 5 spaces between the 0 and the 1. We have 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, 4 spaces, 5 spaces. Since we have 5 spaces, we can just count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is where 3/5 is going to be located on the number line. Negative 2.4 will be located between negative 2 and negative 3. Now to find how many segments we should divide this into, we can turn this 0.4 into a fraction. And since it's in the tenths place, we can turn it into 4/10. Now we have 10 on the denominator. We can divide this into 10 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 spaces. This will be located on the 4th after 2. Remember not to count from the 3, you're counting from the 2, going away from 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And negative 2.4 will be located right here on the number line. Now it's your turn to try guided practice 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Once you've completed these, you are done with the homework and we'll see you in class.